Hi everyone, I just want to come on here and quickly make a video about a translation universal concept called explicitation. Okay, I recently posted something on LinkedIn and I think that this would be a teachable moment to make everyone aware of some translation techniques and concepts. So explicitation, what is explicitation? Explicitation is a universal translation strategy or concept, and it essentially is the concept or strategy of making something implicit become explicit. Now I have some examples so we can go through them. We have our English in blue, and I provided two translations to show how one translation is implicit in a sense and the other is more explicit. So, baptism is the ritual of bathing in water to show people that you have repented. So, this is not from any document, this is a made up sentence. So, here I have pasin baptized, emi pasin was luara, losoi morman Mary, olsem you repent or tanimbel. Pasin baptized, emi pasin custom was losoi olman Mary, olsem you repent or tanimbel. Now, what's the difference between these two? So, if you look at the translations, in one translation, I said pasin baptized, emi pasin was. So, um, the word ritual in the English translation is not made explicit in my first translation. The second translation, I made the word ritual more explicit by using pasin custom. Okay, it's a customary act. So here I've shown that um, I've chosen to make the word ritual more explicit in my second um, translation. So as a translator, okay, so translators are like artists. Now we choose the colors of the brush, and how we want to paint. Um, so I have the option to choose how I want to paint um, my translation, how I want to paint meaning. So I can choose whether to make an idea more explicit in my translation or um, explicit or implicit in my translation. Now, so this idea of explicitation, this concept of explicitation is very important, especially when you're translating cultural or religious ideas from one culture to another. You want to make things more clear, and there's more concepts and techniques to explore, but we don't have time. Let's look at another example translation. So here's the English again. When we receive baptism, we show others that we are committing ourselves to a new way of life. I have my two translations below again. Tam you make isim baptized, you may so him on line or you make him commitment will behind him new plaway blow stop. Tam you make him more custom to baptize, na larem on a priest of baptize on a priest you baptize him you may so him on man Mary or you make him commitment lo behind him new life again. Now the first translation is more natural. Now it's assuming that the audience understands what baptism is. So I'll just say, kissing baptized, and they know what it is. But the second translation is based on the assumption that they don't know the cultural, they don't know the cultural information behind baptism. So that's why I wanted to make it clear that baptism is a ritual. So I put war custom, and then I also added I made semantic changes. So when speaking traditionally, people say kiss him baptize, but here I made a semantic change. I chose make him walk up custom blow baptize to make the idea of doing a ritual more explicit. Again, as a translator, I get to decide how I want to paint the meaning and what features I want to make more explicit or I want to stand out. Um, so I have that option, and then I will, of course, discuss with the editor, and then move on from there and come up with a final draft of the translation. Okay, so this is just to show you explicitation in translation. All right, and finally, yep, so the techniques involved in explicitation is you can it's expansion, division, and addition. So you can replace a general word with a more specific one. For example, passing is general, war custom is more explicit. All right, splitting, division, splitting one sentence into two or more. Now that's something I would like to show you one other time, which I often do, and there's a specific instance in English to Tok Pisin translation where division applies. Addition, including new clarifying grammatical or semantic elements. So I've shown that I've added the semantic element or word making war custom to make the ritual aspect of baptism more explicit. So I hope you've learned something new. Please type in the comments what you think, your thoughts, your experience, and I'm happy to discuss with you.